All right, so my buddy Alec stopped over, and it's a 2022 M9 260. So it's got an IO 540, which is 260 horsepower, Maule 80-inch 3-blade props. Got a Garmin 750, the JPI 930, which is the engine monitor stuff, which is really, really cool. 26-inch bush wheels. The useful load on this thing is 1338. Max takeoff weight, I think, is 2,800. Empty weight 1462, 85 gallons of usable fuel, and the coolest part is he has this thing on floats where he does float training, seaplane training, which I'm going to hopefully go up to Maine this summer and get that done in this airplane. But it's a really, really cool airplane. So I took around the pattern. The first thing I noticed is the visibility is it's a little better than the Cub. You can see a little bit better than the Cub. One thing I didn't like is the throttle has like a push button lock. So before you move the throttle in or out, you have to push that little silver tab, which I'm used to for like mixtures and props, but I've never seen it on the throttle. I guess it just takes some getting used to, but I was not a big fan of that. The brakes were super, super sensitive. Coming from the Cub, that was a big surprise. I could easily see myself nosing this thing over, so I didn't use much brakes. But with the huge 26-inch bush wheels, I'd imagine you don't really need much brakes, especially on a soft field, to get this thing stopped.
So yeah, yoke all the way back. I mean, you know what to do, but and each of the controls are veneered, so you got to hold the button in on them.
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, both in and out.
Oh wow. Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's a little different. You get used to it real quick, but
how do you? That's
usually I grip it.
Palm?
Then,
like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That actually makes more sense.
It's like getting in and out of this thing. Once you get it, you get it.
Yeah.
365 Charlie, downwind 8, South Jersey.
One thing you'll notice with this airplane is just how wide the gear is. I mean, it's incredibly wide. So I'd imagine ground looping this airplane is probably much harder to do than, say, a Luscombe or something like that with a much narrower gear.
Yeah, they're really touchy. So yeah, just little light taps on the brakes, mostly rudder.
Is this a Maule thing?
Yeah.
Or is there other? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it on like the prop and the mixture, but never on the throttle and anything else.
South Jersey, Archer 6365 Charlie, base runway 8, South Jersey.
Now, is this the same thing, like a 3 count, let the tail come up, or do you force the tail up, or what do you?
So I do a static takeoff every time with it. So I'll start yoke all the way back.
Okay.
Build some power up. Verify everything's good to go. Off the brakes, and then I give it about a second, and then I start gradually just pushing the yoke in.
Okay.
Once you get the nose coming down, hold it
South
for
Jersey, Archer 6365
maybe
Charlie,
2 seconds.
final runway 8, South Jersey.
And then just gently start lifting it up, and it'll go pretty quick.
Okay.
Then somewhere around like 60, 65 with one notch does pretty well. And I'm just going to do a fairly quick run up on it.
Yeah,
traffic scanning 14297, coming air north via runway 1, flying Captain.
Tail wheel straight.
Yep, there you go. Cool. Alright, so just full brakes, throw the mixture in, and then really hold this back quite a bit.
Okay.
I usually end up just like hooking an arm through it or something.
Alright.
Whatever works.
What do you go up to?
Right about 2,000. And it might kind of bog down for a second. Maybe not.
Okay.
Sweet, give it a second, looks good. Check the mags on it, cycle the prop once. And then just slowly down to idle. And then, yep, just give it a good control check, make sure everything's happy. Notch of flaps is what I go with takeoff.
Okay.
Trim set to neutral, feels good, gears down obviously. And that all looks good. So yeah, just
now, why do you do a static takeoff and not slowly roll into it? Just curious. Because I feel like there's a ton of torque, so I don't know how much right rudder.
Yeah, I mean you'll feel it pretty quick once it gets going. It doesn't tend to try to list one way or another until you get it up on the mains, and by then you've got enough airflow over the rudder to really work with it. I like to do it just one for the prop to come up to RPM, hit the limiter, stabilize, and also gives me just a chance to check everything there.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's, you know, obviously a little bit of left crosswind, so be ready to give it some left aileron, not a ton.
Okay.
And as far as when to lift off, it's the classic, like whenever it feels ready to go.
Okay.
Kind of logic, but obviously I'll shadow you on it and everything.
Yeah, please.
So yeah, whenever you're ready, just right
all the way back.
South, there's traffic, Skyline 297, get setting up for a 45.
Off the brakes. And pull forward on the yoke, and start pulling back on the yoke to hold it here. And she's good to go. There you go.
Wow, she really moves, huh?
Oh yeah.
Whee!
And then yeah, just hold 60, 65, that'll get you clear everything.
Okay.
This is a takeoff from the other day, but with that motor and that prop, this thing just screams. So.
It's nice, man. This thing really gets up and moves.
Up and out. Yeah, now that you're clear, you can bring it down to about, or pitch down for, call it 75, 80.
Oh, right.
So
here,
you'll feel when I pull the flaps out, you'll want to roll it back 1 or 2 rolls.
Okay.
So it's going to want to just drop a little bit. That's about it.
South Jersey traffic, Skyline 297 on the 45, left downwind 08, South Jersey.
And loves the right rudder.
Left downwind,
How this thing just gets up and moves, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm so not used to it.
But I mean, you feel so much of the air hitting it doing the wing.
Yeah.
Upwind for runway.
Feel every little thing.
I keep looking for the carb heat.
Downwind 08,
I know.
And you said you like those forward trim when you come in?
Yeah, so rolling the wheel back, so elevator up, nose up trim. Right about there. That's about good.
All right, so I'm about to beam where I want to touch down.
Yep, so we'll do 1 notch flaps.
Okay.
You going for a touch and go or full stop?
Full stop.
All right. So we'll stick it at 1 notch for now.
And what's my approach? 65?
Yeah, about 65 to 70 until you're really lined up.
Okay.
And this thing will drop pretty quick.
Okay.
So be ready for some good power changes with it.
Sure. And you could ghost me. You know, do I need more flaps now on the base here?
Yep, you're good. Just leave them at 1.
Okay. Oh, you actually land with 1?
Yep.
Okay.
And give her a little power here. There you go. Sweet. Just watch it.
Okay.
Cool. Will float a little bit.
Okay.
And I'd wait till about 5 to 10 feet before you start pulling power.
Okay.
And just cross the road as you were telling me.
Okay.
So right about here, start pulling power out. Nosing up, just holding it, holding it.
Ooh. And now do you go forward at all in the stick?
Nope,
or
just all the way back.
Okay.
Just as it slows down and loses lifting ability, just slowly pull it back.
Nice. Very cool.
And then just very lightly on the brakes.
Yeah, the last thing I want to do is nose this thing over.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Cool, man. No, it's beautiful. All right, you have control.
Cool, not playing.
Very nice.
Yeah, nicely done, dude.
It's funny, man. It's crosswind and you're at pattern altitude already, you know? I'm not,
yeah, right. I know.
used to it.
I got called off the tower at Northeast right after I bought it doing a go around, and they told me they're going to call my, what was it? Yeah, call my upwind and crosswind turns from now on.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, guys. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's, I want to say, about 300 pounds lighter.
Okay.
Give or take.
He doesn't have the same useful load as you, does he?
It's pretty close.
Is it, huh? Wow.
Yeah, I want to say we're within probably 150 pounds of each other.
No kidding.
Yeah.
How much does your useful load drop once you put the floats on?
So I go from about 1350 to, or 1400-ish down to about 570.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're heavy floats.
Yeah. Yeah, you said that. They're like from the 50s, aren't they?
Late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah.
Haven't quite figured it out, but...
Now, they make them like carbon fiber now, don't they? For like 100 grand? Yeah.
Yeah. Carbon fiber, fiberglass. It's
cool.
Nice and light and strong. All right, good to go?
Yep.
Go.
Man, the acceleration on this thing is really...
That's like being a little microjet.
I mean, it's unbelievable. And I'm used to the Cub, but this is cool.
Not gonna lie, it doesn't get old. It does it on the floats too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we gotta get Russ out more.
Yeah. He just wants to go.
Yeah, this is right where that berth popped out. I'm curious to see if it got that in the footage.
Probably. Can you incorporate like checklists into this thing too if you want, or no?
I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
It's got an interesting little thing. We haven't set it up the right way, but you can kind of talk to it and tell it to give you like approach plates, and it'll just pull them up.
Oh, that's pretty wild.
Got like a little Siri button.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hot down main traffic, Skyhawk now in Victor on the left downwind, runway 26, hot down.
Just praying it's not going to shimmy. I know it's going to,
There's a bird, 12 o'clock.
Thank you. Would prefer it up to.
Dude, I have a feeling that once I fly this thing on floats, I'm going to be hooked.
Oh, 100%, man. It's such a different plane, too. Like, just as fun, but totally different.
Yeah. Can you take the doors off?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you can take one off. I've heard, like, the POH says one at a time. I've heard a lot of people taking both, but...
East traffic, this is 140,
yeah, I think a hell of a photo
ship.
ship.
Yeah.
W traffic 579, right base, coming up final 01, full stop W. Because you can take both of the baggage doors off at the same time.
Oh, okay.
South Jersey, Archer 6365.
It's great, it's got all these hard points to like harness onto as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, what's the sock got today? A little from the right.
A little bit of a quartering tailwind.
That's good,
That's the best kind of wind.
We love those.
Public traffic, Skyhawk 98772, 4 miles to the west. Turning to join the 45 for downwind, runway 04. East traffic, this on 43. Cross east traffic, Skyhawk 6814 Hotel, 6 to the southeast, inbound for the 45 for the right downwind, runway 9, cross east.
Is that the shimmy?
Yeah, that's actually, there it is. I was going to say, that was pretty tame, but still trying to do it. It's weird because it's not right when it touches down, it like loads up a bit.
Yeah.
Approach, he only used one notch of flaps, and if you look at this airplane, if you look at the wings, I mean, almost 90% of the wing is flap, and there's just a little bit of ailerons you can see here, so there's really no need for full flaps, I'm assuming, unless you really are coming into a really, really small strip, but I obviously just wanted to get a quick feel of the airplane, so I just took it around once. Didn't really do any max performance stuff, but really cool airplane. What's nice about it is, you have the tail wheel flying, you have the doors you can see through, so it's got great visibility like the Cub, but you can actually carry 4 people, gas, and like a whole bunch of stuff. So if you want to go camping, if I wanted to go camping, I could bring people, tents, all my camera equipment, so that's really awesome. And that's kind of the beauty of these newer modern airplanes is obviously the avionics. You got the engine monitor, the power, the speed, the useful load. So there is something to be said for these newer airplanes. And obviously you're going to pay the price.